let's talk about hobbyists versus professional pilots, right? So Part 107 versus, hobbyists that it's just flying for fun. And there's been various rules about this, and these are updated rules as of 2022. This was a little different a few years ago, but, not really relevant anymore. So let's look at how this works right now. So in essence, everyone, according to the FAA, anyone flying a drone should be a Part 107 pilot, unless you meet 9 rules, all right? 9 exemption rules, and if you meet these 9 rules and you are flying for these 9 rules, within these 9 rules, can then be considered a hobbyist, right? And you do not need your Part 107 certificate, right? So let's talk about those 9. So the first one is, are you flying strictly for recreational purposes? Okay, and this is really comes down to the intent of your flight. Are you flying just to relax, just for fun? You just enjoy flying. Flying drones is fun, and so really, the idea you're getting your drone out and you're just gonna take it out and have some fun, and maybe take some pictures of your kids or your yard or whatever, and it's just, you're not going to sell it. It's not going to go on a YouTube page. There's really, even if you were working, doing something for your church or a nonprofit, like that's still considered a professional flight because the intent is to help someone else. It's not for your relaxation and fun. You're doing it to help for somebody else. So that would be considered professional. So really, it's all about the intent. Are you doing this to relax and just have fun, or are you doing it for some other reason? If it's another reason, you're in Part 107. All bets are off. The second rule is the community-based organization rule. Are you flying at basically an remote control airfield? So an RC pilot, they have fields out there, and they have rules that they've had forever that the FAA worked with them on. So they have their system. Are you flying within their system? You're good. That's hobbyist. That's fine. You can go and do that, and you're a hobbyist. Rule number 3 is line of sight. You need to be able to see your drone at all times. Not necessarily stare at your drone the whole time, but you need to be able to look up, find the drone at any given time. But really know where it is, be able to see it, kind of be aware of where it is, not flying with goggles on or just looking at your screen. That's not really line of sight. You need to be able to see it. There shouldn't be any trees in the way. So that's what line of sight is all about. So that's part of the rule. I mean, that's a Part 107 rule as well. So no matter what, you always need to be flying line of sight in the U.S. Do not interfere with manned aircraft ever. Again, this is a Part 107 rule, so, and in kind of common sense, if there's a helicopter around, stay out of its way, land, or you hear another plane coming, you need to yield to them and stay out of their way. So, pretty straightforward there. You need, rule number 5, you need authorization in order to fly in controlled airspace. So this means that if you are flying around an airport, you need to go to the, a website, the part of the LANC system, LAANC. It's been ArcGIS web-based site, or you can get this LANC authorization through other apps like Aloft, formerly Kitty Hawk, or AirMap. There may be a few others like Aloft, but you log into your phone, it knows where you're at. It tells you, okay, yeah, you can fly, but don't go over a certain height, and then you can find those heights on the ArcGIS website, and that will pinpoint you. Whoever's controlling that airspace will know that you're there and what time you're flying, and just have a record of you flying there and making sure that you're keeping it low enough to not avoid any aircraft. So prior authorization is required in controlled airspace. Keep your drone under 400 feet, same as Part 107. So I don't think the exception for inspecting a structure that would automatically put you into Part 107 territory as a kind of a professional activity. But so keep your drone under 400 feet, and you're good. You need to have number 7. Have take the trust exam. Really, it's more of a training, but you can go to a website, take a 23-question test, and get a certificate. Print that certificate out. Keep it with you with your drone stuff, and this is a free online test. You can't fail it. It's probably good for everyone to do this. Just another piece of paperwork you can have in your packet, whether you're Part 107 or not. But if you're not Part 107 and you're just a hobbyist, go Google Trust Exam FAA. You'll get right to the FAA.gov website and take the test and get registered as having passed that exam, and you're covering yourself. Number 8, register your drone. Okay, this like Part 107, a little bit different, but like Part 107, all drones should be registered if they are greater than 0.55 pounds and less than 55 pounds. The Mavic Minis are technically not, or lighter than that, but if you're using them for professional purposes, you got to register them anyways. I say just register them all. If you are flying Part 107, you need to register all of them and get a unique number for all of them. If you're flying hobbyist and you want to register your drones as hobbyist drones, you get one number. You attach that one number to all your drones. So, but anyways, it's $5 for your, whether you're doing it for yourself for the hobbyist or per drone for your Part 107. But that registration is important. The FAA wants to know if they find a drone at a car accident scene, or find a drone that is flying near emergency responders or something, or whatever it might be. They want to be able to find out who owns it and go find them. Sort of an accountability measure, which I like. So that's number 8. And number 9, no dangerous flight. And this is sort of common sense, but things like, as I mentioned, stay away from emergency responders. Don't be near fires, or wildfires, or even fires in your town. Obey the temporary flight restrictions. Don't fly over stadiums. Certain areas in Washington, D.C. you can't fly. Things like that. Things like alcohol and drugs. Don't drink and fly. Really, like I said, common sense. Reckless drone flight is pretty. You know it when you see it. Use your common sense, and be safe, and sort of a catch-all. But you know what that means, I think. So that's it. If you meet all 9 of those rules, you can fly as a hobbyist. You don't need your Part 107, license. In reality, I think you're probably better off getting your license, spending the $150 to sit for the test, study a little bit. You can do it, and get your Part 107, and then you probably unlocks more ability to do things, and it's just a way to train people to fly safely. So I recommend just get your 107 license if you're going to be flying your drone, regularly. Get your Part 107. Anyways, but it's up to you. If you want to stay as a hobbyist, that is fine as well. So that's it. So that's hobbyist versus Part 107. And good luck with whatever path you take. If you take the Part 107 path, we got some stuff in here that'll help you out as well. Other courses and things, and lots of stuff available to help you pass that test. So best of luck.